Hey everybody, so it's getting to be that time to do the entry draft, or thinking about the entry draft. We're about a month away. The NHL playoffs have just entered, they're entering tonight anyway, the first game of round 3. So they're getting, I'd say about a month. They said it was going to be October 10th. I think it'll be a little earlier than that, but I mean not that much, but beginning of October. So we're getting closer. So it's time to do a mock draft. I think it's my second one. I didn't check to see if I did 2 or 3, but this is, we're getting closer. We know all of the positions now, 1 to 15. I'm going 1 to 16 because Montreal's in the 16th spot, and we're going to go right up to Montreal's pick. And yeah, so there you go. I think I will just start. I don't think there's anything to add to that. So first pick I've got written up there already because I don't think, does anybody think New York Rangers aren't going to take Lafreniere? Lafreniere is left wing. He's 6'1", 192 pounds. He plays bigger than the 6'1" because he's got a bit of a mean streak. He likes to hit. He likes to make some big plays sometimes by, starting a big play by a big hit. And when he's frustrated out there, they say he can get mean and take some really big hits. He scores. He makes plays. He does pretty much everything out there. So Lafreniere would shock me if they don't take him in first spot, really. Next up is kind of the same thing. I'm not one that thinks Stützle's going to go here, so obviously, I think it's going to be Byfield. LA has another big center, a lot like Byfield in Anze Kopitar, a veteran. He still has a couple of seasons at least to mentor Byfield. Byfield is a center, 6'4", 214 pounds. He can score, he can set up plays, he can do pretty much everything on the ice. He doesn't play his full frame from what I understand as far as physicality, where, as I said about Lafreniere, he plays a little bigger than his size. But I just don't see LA passing on Byfield. Number 3. Again, I think it's pretty, and this is Ottawa's pick from San Jose, by the way. I think it's pretty obvious they're going to take Stützle. Probably the next best player in the draft, and I think there's a number of people who have Stützle going second. I'm not one of them, but Stützle, he's from Germany. He has been playing against men, I think, for at least one season. He's a center, left wing, right wing, so he plays all 4 positions. He's 6 feet, 187 pounds, and also another player does everything. So I don't see how Ottawa passes up on Stützle. Plus, they also have the 5th pick, so I think they want to load up here. Next up, Detroit. So Steve Yzerman is the GM there. Detroit has offense. I think they're going to re-sign Mantha, although I'd like to see Mantha come to Montreal somehow. They've got Mantha, Dylan Larkin. They've got guys on offense. I think they need goaltending and they need defense. Personally, that's what I think. I don't think they're going to reach out and take Askarov here. I know in my previous mock draft, I had Askarov going 3rd to Ottawa. I don't think, and that was before we knew the draft lottery. I don't think Detroit does that, even though they do need goaltending. But I think they have a lack on defense as well. You've got 2 guys here that are stud defensemen, in my opinion. Jamie Drysdale, Jake Sanderson. I think Detroit takes one of those guys. And no, I'm not going to go with the hot take and say it's going to be Sanderson. I think Drysdale goes here. Now, Sanderson has a little bit more size than Drysdale, and he may be as talented. I'm not sure, but I think they're going to go with Drysdale. He's a right defenseman, 5'11", 170 pounds, can step in right away. That consensus is he'll step in right away. He'll contribute. That's the word I was looking for with Lafreniere. He'll contribute right away, and I think he's your number 1 defenseman of the future in not too many years, a couple of seasons probably. And I think Yzerman goes that route. Next up is Ottawa with their second choice, the second pick of the first round, and their own choice. The first one was from San Jose. And there's a lot of ways. There's a lot of they could go for defense. They've got Shabbat. You could add with Sanderson. That would make a good 2 studs on defense. Would be great. I don't think they do that here, though. I think with Ottawa, they've got a pick here who's I think a lot of people will say is the best player available right now, and he was in Ottawa 67 up until last season, and that's Marco Rossi. I think they go with Rossi because With Rossi, you get something that I think Ottawa has trouble with is attracting fans out to their stadium, their arena, which is a little kind of out of the way, not a great place to go to. He's an Ottawa 67, so he's already loved by the Ottawa hockey community. And I think it draws fans. He is going to be a great player. He's a little on the small side, 5'9", 179 pounds. He's a center. But I think it addresses some of the problems they have there. I mean, what problems don't they have? And I think the fan point of view matters here. Next up is Anaheim. With Anaheim, I don't know exactly what they need. I've heard this, so I'm going to go with this, that they like Alexander Holtz, and I'm going to go and say they're going to take Alexander Holtz. Holtz is 6 feet, 183 pounds. He's a right wing, left wing, and sniper from what I know. He's got some size. He's got skill, definitely. He's a sniper from, if I remember correctly, from my videos that I did on the draft prospects. And I think Anaheim, which also, they need kind of everything. And I think that they're going to go with Holtz because that's kind of what I read mostly, so I'm going to go with that. New Jersey's up next at number 7. I think, okay, they have Jack Hughes. They had the number 1 pick last season. They got Jack Hughes. Jack Hughes, winger, I guess he was his winger. The season before had been Cole Caulfield. And they keep talking if there's a trade between New Jersey and Montreal, Caulfield's going to be definitely asked for, and New Jersey would like to find somebody that can play with Jack Hughes that's like Cole Caulfield. I don't know if this guy is exactly like that. Now, he is also a center, but can play the wing, and I see him going here, and that's Cole Perfetti. Now, when Montreal had the 8th pick before all this started, Perfetti was the guy pretty much considered to be going to Montreal that by most people at that spot, he's probably going to go right around there. And I think New Jersey takes him. He's 5'10", 185 pounds, can do everything. Really, from the prospect video, this is a guy who can score goals, make plays. He's just a really great young player, and I think New Jersey's going to go for that. Next up is Buffalo. So for Buffalo, they can either go for, I'm sure they're looking for a second-line center to play behind Eichel, somebody to play with Eichel to score goals. Now they have all this defense, but they're also looking to hear about trading. They're going to trade. It's going to leave them needing somebody. I actually think that's the way they're going to go, believe it or not. And maybe this is a hot take. I don't know. I think they're going to take Sanderson. That'll allow them, in my opinion, to trade. There's 2 guys that they're always talking about trading, Ristolainen and somebody else. They can trade them. And you've got another young guy coming in. I think it helps the team. They might also go for a goal scorer. You also have, I think Raymond is still out there. And Gunler. I mean, there's guys like that. I don't think those are the guys they're going to pick. I think they're going to take Sanderson. Just one of those gut things, I guess. Probably wrong, but there you go. That's my pick. Next is number 9. Minnesota is at number 9, and they need lots of things. I think they need kind of everything. The guy I see going there is kind of a guy, I just see them being the type of player Minnesota would go after. He's a center, plays left wing, 6'1", 183 pounds. I believe he's from Finland, and that is Anton Lundell. I think Lundell's the kind of guy Minnesota will go after there with who's available, and I think it addresses the problem. Second line center, I know they have Galchenyuk. I don't think Galchenyuk's the answer for anybody. There's rumors about Max Domi being traded there. That's one of the rumors for Max Domi. And I'm not saying that Lundell would be ready right away anyway. Probably in a couple of seasons, but I think that's the kind of player that seems like a Minnesota type player. Next up, the guy that drops down. Okay, so it's Winnipeg at number 10. This is a guy that's probably everyone's screaming, watching this, saying, how come he's going to go ahead of these other players? And maybe that's the case. I've got him dropping down, and that's Lucas Raymond. Another great player, I think, in the making. Right wing, left wing. He's 5'10", 165 pounds. This is where I got him dropped down. The 5'10", not that small, but he's on the small side. That 165-pound frame, to me, is a little bit small. and I think that kind of drops him down. That's my reasoning. He's going to be a great player. Can, from what I remember, scores goals, sets up plays. Just one of those good offensive players from Sweden, along with isn't that where Alexander Holt's from? The two guys together. It's funny, Raymond Holtz, Brooklyn Nine-Nine reference. So I got Raymond going to Winnipeg. Number 11, Nashville. Nashville also pretty much the only... Well, I think their defense is okay, and their goaltending, they're fine. I think they're looking for somebody that can score some goals. They didn't score a lot of goals this last season. They're not a team known for scoring a lot of goals. I think they're going for a goal scorer, and I've got Noah Gunler going there. I'm not sure what nationality Gunler is. It sounds to me like a German name, but I'm not sure if he's German. Either way, Gunler is a goal scorer, a sniper type of player. He's 6'2". He's got size, 174 pounds. He's a right wing, left wing. Seems to me the kind of player Nashville would be looking for, and that's what I'm putting there. Next up is Florida. I think I took a slight reach on Florida. I think they're going to lose Mike Hoffman probably, Dadonov. To me, I think they could go for Askarov here because I'm not sold on Bobrovsky being the guy for them, and they needed goaltending, but I don't think that's where they go. So I'm giving them Dylan Holloway. He's a guy who plays all positions. Obviously one W. Center, left wing, right wing. I didn't put his stats. Look at that. I believe he's a pretty tall guy, 6 foot, 6'1", something like that. He plays with, if I'm not correct, was playing with Cole Caulfield in Wisconsin. Could be wrong on that. I just think he's the right kind of player. He plays all 4 positions. They're looking for, like I said, they're losing a couple of guys up front that are important guys. And now I'm not saying Holloway will slot in next season, but I don't think he needs more than probably a couple seasons before he's back up in the NHL if he makes it. And I think that's who they're going to go for, somebody who can play either forward position. And next up, I almost gave it away. It's Carolina, and they got their pick from, I should have wrote that, from Toronto. That was Toronto's pick originally. I don't remember how that worked out. It had something to do with Toronto not winning the round, and that gave Carolina their first pick this year. I'm not sure how that worked out. Somebody can let me know in the comment section. I'd appreciate that. But it is the one that Toronto should have had. Carolina, I was thinking about goaltending with Askarov because they keep saying Askarov is going to be a top 10 pick. I don't have him in the top 10, so I was looking to see, well, maybe he's going to get picked here. But they've been doing good with Mrazek and Reimer. I don't know if they reach out for a guy like Askarov, so I'm not giving them that. Their defense, from what I know, is pretty good. Next season, Hamilton will be back from that broken leg. He was out in the playoffs, and so I think they're going to reach out for a forward. I think I'm going to give them Jack Quinn. He is a guy that really poured it on this past season, I do believe, like doubling his points total or something like goals total or points total. He's a right winger, 5'11", 176 pounds. I think he's the right kind of guy up front, that he's a speedy player. He can score goals, make plays. I just think he fits in with Carolina, and that's who I'm giving them, Jack Quinn. Edmonton is up next. Now, Edmonton's up, then Toronto gets Pittsburgh's pick. I should have wrote that. I did. Don't know why I didn't put that one. So, now, I know Toronto. I personally think Toronto would like to get Askarov because I think they want to replace Anderson with somebody different. I think Askarov can come in, and if they can't move Anderson in the offseason, he can play behind Anderson maybe for a year or two, and I just think they would like to get Askarov. They don't need anybody up front as far as scoring. They do need defense, so for me it's between forward and goaltending and defense, but Edmonton's ahead of them. One thing I think Edmonton could use is goaltending. I kind of think Edmonton goes out and gets Askarov here. So I'm giving Edmonton Askarov. It's going 14th overall. Yeah, everyone's saying he's going to go top 10, but I think he goes here to Edmonton. They do need a number 1 goalie. Niskanen, I believe that is Niskanen or Koskinen. I'm not sure who's their goalie. He's okay. I don't know if he's like top number one goalie material, but I think they go here for this guy because listen, they can, if they're wheeling and dealing, or if Puljujarvi comes in and actually plays well there, they can get winger help. Goaltending is not as easy, even though there's some guys out there in the UFA market, but they can draft a guy here, and I just want to take them away. I want to take Askarov away from Toronto, so I'm doing that. Next up is Toronto. Now this is the pick they got from trading Kapanen to Pittsburgh. So 15th pick, just ahead of Montreal. Now, I don't think it means like there's a guy I really want from Montreal, which I'm going to tell you in not too long. I'm not worried about them taking him because they don't need firepower up front. I just don't think they're going to go for an offensive guy. So I think they need a defenseman. I was looking through them, and I might have gotten the wrong guy because he's listed to go later on. I just see them taking this guy, and I can't explain it. Caden Gooley. He's an offensive defenseman, which it's not really the kind of guy they need. They need a more defensive defenseman, but you don't really draft those in the first round. So, Caden Gooley's a left defenseman, 6'3", 187 pounds. He's put up points everywhere he's been in up to now. So I can see them going after him, and I saw his name. I checked him out. I got a feeling that's what I'm taking. So next up now is Montreal's pick. I'm a Montreal channel, a Habs channel. This is the big pick. Everyone's excited. I hope to see who I say. Hopefully it won't be a disappointment who I'm picking here. But I've had this guy since Montreal's dropped down to 16th when they won against Pittsburgh. I had this guy kind of in my sights as I didn't think he'd go high enough to be Montreal's 8th or 9th pick, whatever they were going to end up with. But I think here at 16 is a guy that they can get. He's a sniper. And I think a lot of people want to see him here, and that is Seth Jarvis. I put him in red to stand out. So Seth Jarvis, he is 5'10", so I know he's on the small side. I know. But everybody around, and nobody that's super big. So you gotta draft for talent, not size necessarily. 5'10", 172 pounds. He's a sniper. We don't know if Cole Caulfield's going to work out. I don't think going out and getting that Patrick Laine in a trade makes any sense because of what you got to give up. The fact that Laine's only signed for one more year, so you got to re-sign him. He wants big money, and he wants to play with your best players, and that's it. He wants to play with the best of the best, and that's it. I don't think they go for that. So I think they try to get another sniper in the system, and I think that's Seth Jarvis. And there you go. That's my 2020 mock draft, latest edition. Hope you liked it. Let me know what you think in the comment section about any of these picks that I've made, and who you would think would be there instead of who I took. And yeah, you do that in the comment section. Give a thumbs up if you liked the video. I appreciate that. And if you haven't already and you're new to the channel, maybe, and subscribe and ring the notifications bell. That's down there as well, and that'll get you your daily fix of Bleu Blanc Rouge right here at Talkin' Habs. So thanks everybody for watching. Really appreciate it. Like I said, now the draft is in about a month. We're the 6th. I'm filming this on the 6th of September. They said October 10th, but it looks like we're a little bit ahead of schedule on the playoffs. So somewhere it's around a month. So we're gonna all that wait that we've had is finally coming to a head. So I'll have some more prospect videos out in the next coming weeks, and maybe one more mock draft if we get closer and there's some new news, or maybe there's some trades, then there's somebody shifted positions or something like that. I might do another mock draft. So hopefully you'll look for that. Thanks for watching, everybody. Peace out. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you next video. Bye, everybody.